Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. So, we are tackling a universally gross, incredibly annoying household headache today, the clogged drain. Instead of immediately reaching for those harsh toxic chemicals under the sink, we're going to build a safe, highly effective mechanical battle plan. Our mission? Defeat those stubborn clogs while actually protecting your plumbing at the same time.
Is your sink backing up again? Ugh, we've literally all been there. You're just washing your hands and suddenly the water starts pooling up, refusing to drain, and maybe it's even bringing up a really awful smell with it. In that moment of sheer panic, it is so tempting to just grab a heavy jug of chemical drain cleaner and try to pour the problem away. But as you'll see, taking that so-called easy way out can actually turn into a massive and really expensive mistake.
Okay, let's dive into this. In the plumbing world, chemical cleaners are absolutely the villains of the story. Sure, they promise a really quick fix, but the reality? Well, they damage your pipes, they pose serious risks to our kids and pets, and ironically, they can even solidify your clogs into this gross, immovable chemical sludge. On the flip side, mechanical methods are our heroes here. They are totally safe, incredibly effective, and most importantly, they actually protect your entire plumbing system.
Now, before we start diagnosing anything, let's just make sure we've got our basic plumbing terms straight so we're all on the same page. First up is the trap. That's the curved pipe right under your sink. It catches water to block out nasty sewer gases. But yeah, it also catches a lot of debris. Second is the auger, which you probably just know as a drain snake. It's basically a flexible metal tool that reaches way down into the pipe to physically break up deep clogs. Honestly, these two things are going to be your new best friends. A good plumber never just starts ripping things apart without doing some reconnaissance first, right? We have to read the warning signs. If your sink drains slowly, you've got a physical block. A foul smell, that usually means decaying trapped debris. But if you're dealing with standing water and it's constantly clogging over and over, well, that points to a much deeper line obstruction. Knowing exactly what the enemy is completely dictates our plan of attack.
And this brilliantly illustrates our core escalation protocol. We've got 5 steps here. 1, remove debris safely. 2, use hot water cautiously. 3, plunge correctly. 4, try a drain snake. And 5, tackle kitchen grease. We absolutely do not jump straight to step 5. We start simple, and we only escalate our force if we really need to. This keeps your pipes totally safe. So let's kick things off with step 1.
Step 1, remove what you can safely. Your very first line of defense is right at the surface. So take out the stopper or the strainer, throw on some rubber gloves, grab a flashlight, and just manually pull out any visible hair, food, or gunk. Actually, once that's cleared out, give it a quick rinse with hot water. You'd be surprised, but often, this super simple extraction is literally all it takes to fix the whole shebang. Step 2, use hot water the safe way. So if the surface is completely clear but the drain is still struggling, we escalate. For a lot of minor clogs, just running your tap with the hottest safe water can really help dissolve minor grease buildup. Just start with a short flush, wait a few minutes to see if it clears, and then repeat it. But listen, here is an absolutely critical warning. If you see no improvement and that water level is just staying high, stop. Don't keep running the tap and risk flooding your whole bathroom. All right, that brings us to step 3, plunging. And 15 to 20 is your magic number right here. To do this correctly, if your sink has an overflow opening, block it off first to create a really tight vacuum. Then, add just enough water to cover the plunger's rubber cup and give it 15 to 20 firm, steady plunges. After you're done pumping, just pull it away and test that drain. Step 4, try a drain snake or auger. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the tool actually works. You don't just jam this thing down the pipe. You want to feed the flexible metal line super slowly, rotating it as you go down. Honestly, if you feel strange or unnatural resistance, just stop pushing. Let the tool itself do the hard work to break up the obstruction. Then, carefully pull it back out, wipe it clean, and flush the pipe with hot water. Step 5, for tough kitchen grease. This step addresses a very specific, very stubborn enemy. Grease is notorious because it literally solidifies inside your pipes, basically coating the walls and completely choking off the water flow. Those liquid chemical cleaners, yeah, they are often totally useless against this kind of solid fat. To actually beat it, you have to combine mechanical removal, like the snaking we just talked about, with gradual, repeated hot water flushes. The snake breaks up that solid wall of grease, and the hot water melts it all away. Okay, let me put my serious coaching hat on for just a second. If you have already used a chemical cleaner, you absolutely cannot mix it with other chemical products. And please never use mechanical tools while chemicals are just sitting in the pipe. The toxic backsplash and the fumes are incredibly dangerous.
Also, try to avoid pouring boiling hot water into standard sinks. I mean, you could literally crack your porcelain or melt your PVC pipes, and nobody wants that. Safety always has to come first.
The retreat, knowing when to tap out. Look, a smart DIYer knows exactly what their limits are. Let's talk about when to put the tools down.
So, the crucial point is that there are two major red flags telling you to call a pro immediately. First, if you suspect tree roots have infiltrated your outdoor sewer lines, no little hand-cranked auger is going to fix that. Second, if you're getting repeated backups happening across multiple fixtures in the house, that means your main sewer line is blocked. And trust me, that is definitely not a DIY job. Save yourself the headache and just call the pros. The shield, preventing future clogs. Finally, let's switch gears and talk about being proactive. Stopping the villain before it even has a chance to enter your pipes. Here is your daily defense playbook. First off, put strainers in absolutely every sink and tub. I promise you, it is infinitely easier to empty a $5 strainer than it is to snake a nasty pipe. Second, just run hot water for about a minute after any grease-heavy cooking. And finally, perform periodic maintenance flushes with simple hot water to keep everything moving clearly. I absolutely love this quote, straight from the source material. Prevention that reduces future clogs is usually the best payoff. I mean, it perfectly summarizes the whole philosophy we've been exploring in this explainer today. Consistent, minor mechanical maintenance is going to beat out emergency, chemical-soaked repairs every single time. It saves your wallet, it saves your plumbing, and honestly, it saves your sanity. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question to really think about. What safe maintenance routine will you start today? Are you going to go buy a simple drain strainer for your shower? Or maybe commit to running that hot water after you cook a heavy meal? You've got the knowledge and the exact steps now to conquer those household clogs with total confidence, using safe, effective mechanical methods. No toxic chemicals required whatsoever. Thanks so much for joining me to explore this today. Until next time, keep those pipes clear and keep learning.